Alrighty, let's go ahead and hop on in here, shall we? Howdy. What's up, y'all? This is Wes, and we're back for another stream today. I didn't know what to do. Here, give me just a moment. I gotta adjust this mic. I was thinking about playing something today. I just really haven't had anything to play. I still got to finish Baldur's Gate, but I don't know if that's going to be a streaming thing since we'd be jumping right into to Act 3. So I kind of figured that we'd just come in here and hang out and chill a little bit. We've got a lot of stuff going on later this week. Armored Core 6 is going to be a day one stream for me. I do have Thursday off. I thought it didn't release until midnight Friday, so I do have to work Friday, so we're going to do like one stream and then a long weekend before I can hop back in next week. But yeah, Armored Core is going to be a major game for me. That'll probably be a pretty long stream. I think it releases 5 o'clock, 5 or 6 on Thursday. It won't be like the moment it comes up, we start streaming it kind of thing. Like, I got to get in, check the settings, make sure that it's actually going to be stream worthy, that kind of stuff. Make sure it's not going to melt my computer or anything. I don't think it'll be too bad. But I got to do a little bit of testing stuff before we actually get in. So give me like an hour or so after launch, and then we'll be able to hop in. I'm hoping they do preloads for it. I don't know if they are or not, but we won't know until Thursday. So yeah, that's going to be the big thing. We might do some FF7 tomorrow. I have not decided yet what we're going to do tomorrow, but I do want to stream something tomorrow. But yeah, so I figured today we just kind of hang out, and it's been a long weekend. I haven't seen y'all for a couple of days, so wanted to say hello and just see how life's going, and also fiddle around with this thing. There we go. I've been playing around with it a little bit. I realized that there were, move over here. There were a couple of different amps and stuff that I had. After I got my audio interface, I went full ham on like a bunch of VSTs and digital amps and that kind of thing, way more than I should have. But the good thing is I have basically the full suite of guitar rig now. But I completely forgot that there are a couple of amps that have like the equalizer and stuff built into it, and I figured that would probably help me out a little bit. So I mentioned the past couple of streams that we've had some issues with the tone, and that it just wasn't giving me what I wanted it to do. I think that if I switch this stuff around, I think we've got a little bit of stuff we can play with. So I'm pretty excited about it. So yeah, we'll get in here, play around a little bit, and see how this goes. But I think that sounds so much better. Now, whenever I switch it up to the high end, I gotta do a little bit of adjustment with the screen there. probably take down the reverb a little bit there. But yeah, I figured we'd just kind of hop in and you know, play around a little bit with it. Yeah, see, that sounds a little bit better. Yeah, that's how the main riff goes. It's still a little bit too overdriven, but I think it sounds a lot better than it was. You know, we're slowly getting back to what it should be. Let me see if I can save this. I've got so many riffing main. There we go. We'll save it as that, and then I can adjust it as I need. But yeah, you know, I just wanted to get in here and hang out. You know, it's not going to be a straight guitar stream. I don't really have a whole lot that I wanted to play or anything other than learning, you know, Stargazer and a couple of classic like Rainbow and Dio songs, I guess. It was more just about hanging out and trying to figure this stuff out. So, you know, I think it sounds pretty good. You know, there's a few things that I need to adjust here in the equalizer. You know, it's still very loud. It's still very loud, right? Yeah, see, that sounds so much better than it did. So much better than it did. Now, I've got it on the British amp. I don't know. You know, this control room amp has like a bunch of presets on it. Some of them are way louder than others. Some of them are a little muddier than others. I like the British 2x12 so far. There's also got a version 72 in here. But I just like the standard British 2x12. I figure with the Rainbow, it's probably the way it goes, but it honestly sounds pretty good for the Metallica stuff too, you know? Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's still a little bit too overdriven, a little bit too muddy, but you know, I can adjust that kind of stuff as long as I'm getting the basic tone that I want. I can adjust, you know, fuzz. Like that's easy enough. It's really just trying to find the amp that I like more than anything else. But yeah, you know, I've been trying to learn, you know, some of the old Rainbow stuff. So, you know, obviously we had Stargazer up there a little bit. But it was really the Ronnie Rising medley that Metallica did on the tribute album that I really liked. I really want to learn how to play like the whole thing through, but yeah, I really like the really like the Kill the King cover that they did. Um, the problem is the Kill the King. Let me see, because they started like halfway through the song or something like that, if I remember something like that. Yeah. So we got Terra Woman. Yeah. That one's pretty easy. It's basically just that chord over and over again until the chorus. So we've got Terra Woman. There we go. Where is Stargazer? Yeah, Stargazer's easy enough. And where are you? Kill the King. There we go. I don't want it to play. Guitar 2, no. There we go. Sorry, I'm just like looking through here. I'm just on Songster. I found it's like the easiest, quick and dirty way to find all of this stuff. But yeah, I don't need Kill the King Part 7. There we go. Kill the King, Kill the King. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of Yeah, that's why I'm not not a lead guitarist. I'm the rhythm guy, right? Not like it's not like Headfield is exactly the easiest thing to play either, but yeah, I can't do a whole lot of the lead stuff. Okay, I see. The way that they have this split, like they split it between every guitar, right? Like anytime you go into, your Adobe Audition or Pro Tools or whatever, you got the different layers, right? And sometimes it'll be the same guitarist, but it's on a different track. And yeah, they split all the tracks on it, even though I don't think they really needed to for this one. But yeah. So trying to find like where the main riff is on this on the Songster tab over all of the other layers going on. It's kind of a mess, not gonna lie. The main riff is just that one's easy. But yeah, that's something to learn in the future. I'll have to go back in and actually do the like listen to it, like how the tab actually plays. Unfortunately, Songster does not have like a volume option or a speed option unless you pay for the premium. So if I tried doing it right here to actually listen to what's going on, unfortunately, it would flag it for YouTube. Um, the old issue that every YouTube musician probably has to deal with when you're dealing with cover songs at some point or another. But overall, I'm pretty happy with just learning the main riff to Stargazer. I mean, it's not a hard one or anything like that, but it is a classic. I do enjoy a little Dio every now and then. Yeah, how you guys doing? I hope you had a decent weekend. It's hot as balls here. It's pretty rough. So, I'm just kind of like, man, I just really don't want to do anything that's going to run this computer super hard and try streaming. Like people don't realize when you're doing the VTuber thing, when you have all of this stuff playing in the background and all of these programs, like it gets pretty hot in here. So, when it's a heat index of like 110 plus the computer running, it's just it's way too much. And yeah, it's so hot. So no Boulder's Gate or anything like that. I've mostly just been just kind of catching up on some books, reading a little bit. I've been reading Tress of the Emerald Sea, which is really, really good. Brandon Sanderson, which I've never really read any of his stuff, and I'm always iffy when it comes to reading a new author. You hear all of these things like, oh, this book is so good, and then you get in and it's like, this prose just isn't really for me. The writing style doesn't fit. But Brandon Sanderson's very, very much my thing. Yeah, I'm really, really enjoying it, and it's a nice standalone book. It's not like trying to jump into Stormlight or Mistborn and have like 7 books of a series to go in. So I've been pretty happy with it so far. A lot better, a lot better than the Fourth Wing, that's for sure. But yeah, I've been doing that, been catching up on the Uncanny Counter and just kind of chilling a little bit, trying to enjoy my days off of work, being the bog lord that I am. Oh no. But yeah, the other thing is, I've mentioned before that I'm trying to slowly learn Japanese, and I remembered a couple of the things that I downloaded for people interested. So, one of the things that I got was a bunch of free lessons from JapanesePod101.com, which sounds, it sounds like it would be like some kind of scam thing, but no, it's a legit, like, pretty decent site. They normally, charge you for their lessons, but I think it was like 6 months ago or so. Maybe it's for like Black Friday stuff, but they gave out a bunch of their entry lessons free. And yeah, it's got like the workbooks, it's got the audio. It's really good so far. I'm only like a couple lessons in, but I am starting to bear down on that. It'll take me a little bit of time to really get into it, just between time and all of that stuff. But the fact that it has workbooks, definitely helpful. I need to need to break out some of my old lined paper from college and try doing it by hand so I can actually learn how to write most of this stuff. But yeah, that was one of them. And the other one I think is like Genki lessons 1 and 2. I think that's what I got from our bookshop. And yeah, that one's supposed to be really good too. It's a little bit more scattered Like, the Japanese pot is very much like, okay, here's your intro. We're starting at the basics, baby steps, right? The Genki stuff is more like, it's kind of like Duolingo is, where it's divided into sections. Like, oh, this is like conversation. This is at the restaurant, that kind of thing. And you know, as a beginner, it's kind of daunting to try and figure out like, well, where should I start? Like, what's lesson one? Right? Like, just give me a numbered lesson and let me go through. It is kind of nice if you're trying to learn something specific. You know, if you're going on a trip or something like that, the Genki workbooks are really good because you can kind of hone in on what you're wanting to learn specifically. But yeah, that one's going to take a little bit more to get into. I really need to go through my Japanese pod lessons first. I don't think the Japanese pod stuff that I got for free really covers a whole lot of the kanji. It covers a little bit of it, but I know that there's like that website that does like kanji games, so you can learn most of the like common ones at least. I don't know. I don't know. It's a big language. But I think it's time that I finally bear down and actually like try and learn it. My fourth attempt at learning a foreign language, so hopefully this one will go a little bit better. But yeah, I think we'll get some streams in there once I'm a little bit more comfortable with it and can like at least recognize a little bit of the hiragana. Maybe do a couple streams on Duolingo. Duolingo's probably not as good when it comes to actually learning, but it will probably be pretty decent for learning how to read it, right? Because they really just kind of like jump into it, right? But they're not as good when it comes to like the grammar and that kind of thing, like the rules, especially with all the slang and stuff nowadays. Hmm. that hurts my hand after a while. I don't know. I'm just making stuff up as I go. You know me. I don't know. I just really like trying to come up with my own little riffs here and there. They're not always good, but I think it's important to constantly be experimenting. Even if you're not a good technical guitar player like I am, there's so many guitarists and so many musicians out there that don't read sheet music. Like that's the important thing. It's like you got to just kind of listen and experiment and see what sounds good to you. People can come in here and thrash all day on YouTube, but can they write? Can they make their own riffs? I don't know, because I very rarely see people doing that on YouTube. Maybe over on Twitch. I don't know how things are over there nowadays, but yeah, as I was saying, I'm really excited to try and get in here and really learn some of the Japanese stuff. Just to try and finally, after all these years. I mean, I've been talking about it since I was like 18, so it's been it's been almost 20 years that I've been talking about doing this stuff. So, it's never too late to learn. If you have the resources now, if you have basically the internet, you can learn a lot of this stuff nowadays. It's just a matter of will. It's a matter of time. You got to put in the time to do it, which I am very, very bad about doing. I split my time between so many different things that it gets a little crazy, right? So you really gotta like sit down and force yourself, right? But you too can learn new things. You too can learn guitar. I mean, it's never too late to learn. You just well, you gotta have the money to get a guitar, I guess. That's like the one holdup for a lot of people. But you can get some cheap starter guitars out there, and there's plenty of YouTube videos that buy the cheapest ones on Amazon and see how they go. So you can probably find some decent reviews. Hey, see, there you go. I got the beginnings of something. I don't know if it's any good, but it's something at least. It's mine. But yeah, I've been trying to pick this up a little bit more off stream, and I don't know, just get my fingers back into where they were. It's been so long, and I've talked about how this is not the best setup for guitar streams either. So sometimes, I gotta play off stream where I'm just standing up how I normally play and not deal with a stupid chair the entire time. And I think that's important too, is to try and play in different ways, right? Like it's so easy to get comfortable and get your muscle memory built up and playing in one specific position, either sitting, standing, laying on a bed, I don't know. But you got to get up and move around, man. Like you got to try it in different ways because, depending on your posture, your wrists are going to be a little bit different, right? Like I can already tell my wrist is like trying to cut out on me because it's like, what are you doing? This is not the angle that you should be playing at. And you got to be careful so you don't get RSI doing it too. But yeah, I'm trying little by little getting back into it. Whoa. I mean, we've had what, 2 guitar streams in as many weeks? This is a record. We're moving along, man. This is we're hitting the big time at this point. I don't know what to play. I thought it was going to take a lot longer to get this guitar rig thing figured out, but honestly, just literally changing the amp made it a lot better than it was. Just that one little change. Now, are changing the cabinet. I might change the amp a little bit later too. We'll see. I haven't really decided what else I'm gonna play with it. But yeah, I like it as it is right now. I really have no complaints. So yeah, it's just yeah, I think it sounds a little bit better on the lower humbucker there, personally. Well, let's see. Let's get in here. Let's see what else we got. Let's see. I've never actually played this. Well, this is gonna be garbage. But you know what? We're gonna give it a shot. I think I tried doing that one time before. I'd have to listen to that one. Oh wait, no, that's wrong tuning here. Let's see. I used to know how to play that. Or that sounds adjust some stuff here. Kind of worried that my lower pickup's going out again. I don't know. I'm just going through Songster's recommended list, and we'll see if anything just really pops out at me. I feel like it's recommended already kind of knows me pretty well. Let's see. You know, out of all of the songs that I have played over the years, I don't know if I've ever actually heard this one. It's not too bad. too bad, but it sounds off. At least that beginning part. I'm sure they're doing like some weird pull bends or something like that when they actually play it. That also sounds like it should be reversed. I don't know about this tab. Like, all of these are just kind of like user submitted, I think. But they have... Like, I know Metallica started doing the Fender Play stuff. So, like, you can actually get, like, their official, like, tabs if you subscribe to Fender Play. Which I've thought about doing. But still haven't gotten around to it. It's pretty pricey. It's like $70 a year or something like that. Might even be a little bit more than that at this point. Yeah, I don't know. Some about this Songster tab sounds a little. I mean, it's definitely the right notes, but yeah, they definitely do something a little bit weird. I don't know if it's maybe the harmonics that they're doing between James and Kirk. Yeah, I don't. It just sounds a little bit off to my ear from what I'm used to. What's the, yeah. Okay, there we go, yeah. Okay, yeah, there we go. I think that's a little bit closer to what I'm used to. Yeah. There we go. That little the little trill at the during the main riff is a little tricky. I got to put in some time on that one. I've never been able to play it. Like the main thing is really just 5 to 7. Like most of it's easy. It's just getting that little trill in there. That's what makes the whole thing sing, right? Like that's what ties it all together. So naturally, it's the hardest part. But I do love the four horsemen a lot. Let's see here. I don't know why they're suggesting stuff like Pink Floyd to me. Like I like Pink Floyd. But like Money, that's more like a bass riff. I don't know why they're suggesting a bass riff. And I don't know why, but that sounds really good with this preset. I don't know if it's my reverb or something. I don't know if you guys could even tell, you know, like going through the YouTube compression, but man, that sounds really, really clean with this preset that I'm using. Okay, so maybe it's not a Metallica preset. Maybe I need to set this as an AC/DC preset, right? Let me tell you, if they end up going on tour again, like I know they're doing that the festival with Metallica and GNR and a whole lot of people out in the Coachella Valley. If they end up going on tour again after it with Brian Johnson back in the lineup, God rest his ears. Please go see them. It's by far one of the best concerts you will ever see. And it is also one of the loudest. It is so loud. But yeah, I mean, for being as old as they are, like Angus and the band, they just really have not lasted at all. And you know, if you want to see Angus do a 16-minute guitar solo during Let There Be Rock, then they're the band for you. And oh man, I don't regret paying to see them, like, even remotely. Easily one of the best concerts you'll ever see. Up there with Metallica. Like sometimes I go back and forth. Like Metallica, my favorite concert I've ever been to, or AC/DC. And it's honestly pretty close. And you guys know that I spend most of my time playing Metallica stuff. So I mean that's a high word of praise, right? So yeah. Let's see. Yeah, there's just really nothing else on here that's really just like speaking to me. We'll see here. Hmm. 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 Here we go. Hmm. Yeah. Something close to them. Hmm. Let's see. And what's the man, what's the guitar overdubs? No, that's not what I don't want the guitar overdubs. Yeah. See, this is another one where it's split off a ton. And I mean, you know the main riff to Wish You Were Here. I mean, that's not anything that's super difficult to learn or play. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's nothing kind of crazy. I mean, now he's doing it on a 12-string acoustic. He's doing it on a steel guitar, so he's got like a lot of chords and stuff up there. Like up on the 3 and the 2 fret, that I obviously can't do because I'm just on like a normal electric guitar. But like the main riff everyone knows is really not that hard. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I'm not really seeing anything else speaking to me. But yeah, you know, I just wanted to kind of hop in here and see if I could get this figured out. But I think it sounds great with the with our main riff master riffing main here. So yeah, I think we'll be using this quite a bit more in the future. So. My hands are so sweaty that like I slipped there. Yeah, I think that'll be it. So we're gonna go ahead and call it for today because, like I said, it was just a short Satsu stream, right? But we will be back tomorrow. I think we're gonna do FF7. Have not completely decided yet. We might do something on Twitch later, like late tonight. I don't know what, because I don't really have anything that I'm playing right now other than BG3. But if you want to find out, like, subscribe, follow me over on Twitch, follow me here, follow the socials. Who knows how long Twitter / x.com is going to last. But you can follow me there. It's just all Wesor. But yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out with me this afternoon. Nothing super fancy, I know, but gives us a chance to kind of catch up after the weekend and also get some stuff done. But I'm gonna go and learn a little bit of Japanese practice right now, and then scarf my face full because I am starving. All right, take care, everybody. Happy, is it Monday or Tuesday? Happy Tuesday. All right, take care. Bye-bye.